Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
I have a very beautiful woman who's really created something very exciting, as a matter of fact. I'm talking with RENAE PATTERSON, and she's an RN, and she's also, I guess she's a formulator of something very exciting, and it's a it's called Unified Health Information Notification and Tracking System, correct?
Yes.
And what made you do this? I thought about it when I first saw it and figured, well, as a nurse, she knew what was needed in the healthcare field, right?
Very true. So as a registered nurse for nearly 21 years, the problem I often encountered were patients and caregivers who struggled to recall vital health information, such as their medication names, their allergies, medical diagnoses, and surgical dates. So as a result, I developed Unified H.I.N.T.S. It's a software application that allows you to store all of your important health information, important documents all in one place, so you'll have this information readily accessible. Online 24/7 during your next ER visit, next doctor's appointment, hospitalization, or anytime you travel.
And where would people put this if not on on the web?
Well, most times people keep copies of the papers that they may have been given from a doctor's office, so it could be anywhere around their home if they had this information. So it could be a variety of places. Another problem is you can have multiple doctors that don't use electronic medical records or don't have the same system, so your records can be scattered several places. So if they don't have it on the web, they often have to call their doctor's office, call the hospitals to request medical records to have copies of their information.
It could be very dangerous when I start thinking about this not having, because the first thing they do when you're picked up at 911, they want to know everything, right?
Exactly.
And how would they then, let's say that happens, if a person has your tracking system,
Yes.
Where would it be?
They can access it on their mobile device. Just simply click on the icon and log into the system to have the information available. Our application also offers a patient health report where you can share this information with family members, so another family member could have a copy of this information within your, in case of an emergency.
Sure.
Yes.
But so it isn't like something like a wristband or something.
No, it's a software application. So you would simply, as long as you have access to the internet, you would go to the website, www.unifiedhints.com, and you would log on with your secure username and password to access the information. So as long as there's internet access, you can have access to it.
So you can tell that to the people who are getting you. Would they know that? So if someone picks you up at 911, can you just tell them to go to that?
Yeah.
So that's what you would do?
Yes, you can. Or you can generate your patient health report, keep a hard copy with you, and you can have that readily available as well.
All right. And how do you change this?
What do you mean by changes?
You have different things that now all of a sudden have another blood pressure prescription. So how do you add to that? That's all something you do yourself?
You log into your account and you update it yourself. However, we're very familiar that we have a senior population, an aging population that might find updating a personal health record time-consuming or burdensome, or they may not be tech-savvy. So we offer a concierge service that features PALs. And PALs are our personal advocates and liaisons that will assist you with collecting, organizing, and managing your health information all in one chart.
RENAE, you've thought of everything, haven't you?
I have.
Because
that's the goal.
Yeah. And when you, as an RN, were you dealing with a lot of the older adults? Is that mostly what your caseload was?
I've had roles as a long-term insurance nurse where I did long-term care assessments. So I've encountered a senior population in that role, also in some of my healthcare roles as well. So that would be some of the areas, but I've worked in a vast numbers of specialties over my nursing career. And I think they all share the same issues when it comes to being in control of their health information.
Well, I'm going to say something that's probably chauvinistic, but it's so unusual to have a woman who's into this high tech. What is there something that you learned, or what made you know all about this?
So one of the roles I was fortunate in obtaining as a nurse was when our hospital purchased an electronic medical record system. They selected subject matter experts from the ER at the time to work with the vendor and the consultants to customize the application to meet the needs of the ER. So eventually I was hired directly into the IT department to continue that role, where we led several projects in implementing electronic medical record systems. So I combined.
All right, it was a natural. Little did they know. I mean, if you went back there now and said, look what's happened to me, right?
It's true. And even with some of the software applications I was fortunate to work with during those roles, I saw a lot of the challenges that still existed in those softwares. So I saw it as an opportunity to still go and develop something myself to take advantage of the opportunity.
So you've been doing this, you said, since 2010.
I have been working. The concept came into mind 2010, and it's taking a while to get everything in place because I wanted to secure developers or team that would be able to build out my vision. One of my priorities were to make a user-friendly application so it's easy to use once you log in and it's intuitive. So that was the goal. So I finally secured a team to do that, and we launched last year.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do is to make believe that there was someone out there who said, I want to use this, and just tell me how you think I can use this. And this will be someone, let's say, who's 65 years old, and they say, gee, what is, it's called H.I.N.T.S for short.
Yes,
tell me what that is and how it will all work for me. Do this as an individual thing so people really grasp this as they hear it on the radio.
Okay, no problem. So Unified H.I.N.T.S is an online application that will allow you to store all of your health information and important documents in one place. It's designed to be an organizational tool. So wherever you struggle to keep your health information organized is how you would best utilize the tool. If you struggle with remembering your medication names, if you struggle with remembering your provider's names, surgery dates, appointments, anything of that nature.
All of the above.
Yes. We have this tool in place that you can enter this information so you'll have it readily available 24/7 as long as you have internet access. And for my senior population, again, if you find this task to sound overwhelming for you, burdensome, or things of that nature, we will sit with you one-to-one to get this information collected, organized, and uploaded into your account.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. So, but let's say someone can do it. So when they first hire you or hire your product, they can literally go on and they just fill in all the information like they would as anybody on the internet, and then they save it, and then they have it, and then they can go in and they can edit it. And I guess, is this a monthly fee? How do you get paid for this?
We have a subscription-based model, so we offer 4 plans. The lowest plan is $2.99 a month.
Oh, my goodness, that's so inexpensive.
Of course, that's a plan that you would manage yourself, meaning you would go in and create the account and upload the information, organize it, and manage the account yourself.
Or have your kid do it.
Yeah, or have your kid do it. We also offer family plans where you can add up to 4 family members, including your pet, to one account. So you can manage.
Oh, I love it.
So you can manage all of this information from one place as well.
Oh my goodness, this is great. And that's why you have this big smile on your face. I think that you have really made your dream come true, and now you're off and running. And now this will just be would this possibly be for companies that they can offer this to their employees? I would think that would be a wonderful thing if you get to the HR people, right?
It's true, and that's some of the things that we've discussed as a part of our strategic planning on how we can partner with perhaps insurance companies where they can offer this type of plan to their employers. Also, ALFs, assisted living facilities, maybe they have, bless you, maybe they have residents in their home that they could use assistance with organizing all of their information. So it's really a tool that could be applicable to any scenario. Again, we emphasize wherever you struggle with keeping your information organized is how you should best utilize the tool.
And are there other products like this out there that people would be able to do this?
There are similar products out there. You have your healthcare organizations that offer patient portals, and they also offer personal health records as well. However, from my personal experience and professional experience, a lot of them are very difficult to navigate, and the information is still primarily owned by the hospital, so they control what it is that you see as well. And then oftentimes they pass you a username and a password and tell you to go log on and look at your information.
Exactly.
That's where we offer the concierge service, so you don't have to feel alone in managing your health information.
You're right. You're so right, because I actually I went to one of the major hospital chains that I was in, and that's what they did. They said, oh, you can get all your information this way, but a lot of it didn't work. You put this on, it didn't work, and then who do you talk to? Who do you even call, right?
Yes.
Because you can't call the hospital, they're not going to do that. So is there someone always available at your company now that if they're having a problem, they can get in touch for help?
They can call our number, 1-833-MY-HINTS. That's 1-833-MY-HINTS. And if they don't get a live person at the time, they can leave a message and we will call them back shortly.
Okay, and I want to give the website. It's UnifiedHints, HINTS.com. And that really stands for something. I mean, I love the name HINTS, but it does stand for, your...
It stands for Health Information Notification and Tracking System.
Right.
Yes.
And so, but HINTS is a very, very good, people will remember that, so I'm really, that's very interesting. I'm so happy to meet you, because I don't know of another female who's done this with your expertise. I think it's so exciting, and I can't wait to actually get on that website and see what you have done. And I think that what will happen is, once people know about this, they want to join this, because my profile is everybody has a profile, right? And I do see the sheet that came in this, and I can see all the things that you have here. It's quite complete. I mean, even the preferred language and stuff. Wow. So have you had someone on here that's tried already, and are you actually in business now?
We are in business. We do have customers, and you mentioned the languages. Our application is available in 3 languages, so you can view it in English, Spanish, or French.
Wow.
So it is available, and then once you complete all of your information, once you do your data entry of your medications, your providers, your appointments, emergency contacts, it generates the report that you're looking at right now. And you have the option of printing out a hard copy, or you can email a copy to providers or family members so they can also have the information available.
This is great. So you think that maybe physicians' offices would like this for their to tell their patients maybe to use this, because it would certainly give them a lot more information than they can really get.
It's true. It just really depends on if the physician is tied to a larger healthcare organization or not, because they may have access to a patient portal already and have it available. However, if there are offices that still are doing a lot of documentation on paper and do not have patient portals available for their clients, we definitely can work with them to allow their patients to utilize our personal health record.
Well, the reason I mentioned that, because I just went to a orthopedic group, because I have someone who had broke this and did that, and I was there, and she had to sit there and fill out all this information on something. Now, what do they do with it? They take and then they put it into their, I guess their computer, so they have it, but she then doesn't have it anymore, and it took about 15 minutes to get it all done. But if she has something like this, she could hand them her information and it would be over, wouldn't it?
Exactly. They could scan a copy of her report right into her chart if they are using any form of electronic record, or they can keep their patient health report as a part of their chart. So I think the important thing to understand is, as patients or healthcare consumers, we tend to underestimate the role we play in our overall healthcare outcomes, and being able to provide at least a history as to what's taking place over the course of your life could impact the treatment plan that you receive.
Absolutely.
So we're really trying to empower people to take a more proactive role in managing their health information.
And errors.
Yes.
So many, as a nurse, you know that the errors are horrible.
Yes.
And it can create, really serious problems, death, whatever. So it's really important that somebody has everything down and they have time to think about what they put down. I was just mentioning that my friend went and she had no time. She was, oh, no, I don't know about that. And she didn't do everything right.
Yes.
But what you have now, they can think about it. They can change it. Well, it's great. I'm so glad you came in. And I know you came all the way up from Miami. But I want to give everybody the website again. It's UnifiedHints.com. And the phone number is 786-664-7712. And my guest is RENAE Patterson. And RENAE, thank you.